many Spanish and foreign women in Spain who suffer gender violence. It's not always easy to recognise this violence because some aggressions are obvious, while others are subtle. Gender violence, a violation of human rights, is present throughout the world and is a consequence of discrimination against women in the many facets of life, especially in partner relationships. Spain passed a law in 2004 to provide female gender violence victims with support, protection, and better access to justice. According to this law, gender violence exists whenever a man disrespects the dignity, integrity, and freedom of a woman with whom he has or had a sentimental relationship, irrespective of whether or not they live together or are married.
Arrival to Spain has been an odyssey. I almost died on the way. I thought it was going to be different here. Being a foreigner is very tough.
He did not want me to go out on my own or learn the language.
He took everything from me, my cell phone, and intercepted my calls, text messages. He administered the money, saying that I was unable to.
He said he loved me a lot, but I was the one who provoked him.
He used to lock me in for several days. The excuse was I should not go out on my own because the police may arrest me and take my children away.
When I went out, he followed me and spied on me. He was rude to my family, friends, and was upset by anyone close to me.
He made me work for hours. I did not see daylight for several days.
He talked to me rudely and treated me badly, telling me that I was good for nothing.
He would hit me and beat me up when he got angry.
He drank and lost control of himself. He always obliged me to have sex, even when I wasn't for it.
He once reproached me by saying that I was not circumcised.
He repented it a while later, but then did it again.
I did not have any other alternative. He was my family.
If you have experienced any of these situations, then you may have been or are a gender violence victim. If so, you don't have to continue suffering. Your life can change for the better if you get to know your rights. The Spanish government provides resources that can help you and your children, but you first need to find out how to get help and talk about your situation. If you consider yourself to be a gender violence victim, you can avail of the resources provided by the Spanish law. We will now present some professionals that you need to contact for help or information. Professional interpreters can help you communicate in case you do not speak Spanish. There are many ways you can get information and help. If you do not know where to go, the best thing to do is to go to your nearest city or town council and ask for the Social Services Department. There will be a centre or Bureau of Women's Affairs that will respond to your queries and help you if you ask them to. A team comprised of a social worker, a psychologist, and a lawyer will normally attend to your needs.
I am a social worker, and I can provide information and help you with your needs depending on your social and family situation. Social workers are also present in the several associations, NGOs, healthcare centres and hospitals. Remember that in Spain you have a right to be informed and to know your rights.
Hello, I'm a psychologist. My job is to listen and help people who are going through a tough time in their lives, such as gender violence victims. I provide psychological therapy to persons in need. I may frequently accompany gender violence victims and survivors during the recovery process because you can overcome this situation. You can find psychologists like myself in city or town councils, NGOs and in victims associations. And remember that all interviews with psychologists like myself are absolutely confidential.
Hi, I'm a lawyer. I advise persons that would like to initiate legal proceedings and inform them about their social, labour and economic rights. I can also represent you in court. Please remember that interviews between a woman and a lawyer are strictly confidential. You can find lawyers to defend you in city or town councils, in associations, NGOs, or in the courts. If you are well off economically, you can hire a lawyer's services directly.
There are other services besides social services that you can approach for help.
Hola, soy médica de familia.
Hello, I'm a family doctor. We are healthcare professionals and we are here to help you. You can come to us even if you have a problem like a headache, you're not feeling well, are nervous, or are distressed. We will hear about your problems at work, at home, with your partner or ex-partner, and we will listen to you and make you feel better. You can get an appointment for your doctor or family doctor in your health centre or visit emergency services if required. There will be a social worker in these places who will help you with any medical card problems.
Hello, we are officers of the National Police Force, one of the several police forces that exist in Spain. One of our functions is to protect women like yourself who may be suffering from gender violence. Please visit a police station and we will inform you about the police and legal resources that you can avail of, like how to apply for a protection order, how to file a complaint, the rights you are entitled to, and your children's rights.
Every situation is different and there are many ways to overcome gender violence. One way is to lodge a complaint. Your lawyer can help you file a complaint at a police station, in a court, or in the public prosecutor's office. After receiving your complaint, a legal procedure is begun to investigate and decide on the statements made in your complaint. There are several professionals involved in this who you should become familiar with. You must also prepare yourself for the court proceeding and provide whatever proof you can, such as text messages, medical reports, and gender violence witnesses. Your lawyer can help you with this legal procedure.
Hello, I'm a judge. Judges investigate and administer justice whenever a criminal offence is committed. I work in a special court for violence against women. The investigation consists of collecting evidence that will be used in a court trial later. It is important that you tell everything you feel is necessary and important. Do not omit details as everything may be absolutely essential. You should also indicate if there were witnesses and whether your life is in danger. Everything you say will be recorded by the Judicial Secretary, who will be seated next to me. Remember to read the text before you sign it, and you can rectify any misstatements recorded therein.
Hola, soy el fiscal y mi misión es promover.
Hello, I am a public prosecutor and my mission is to promote justice, defend citizens' rights and the public interest whilst defending legality. Public attorneys fulfill a social function and we represent society besides also defending women who have experienced or experiencing gender violence situations because they are victims of a social problem. Women who are or have been gender violence victims have a right to a lawyer who will defend and represent them in court. The defence by the public prosecutor is an additional guarantee towards protecting such victims.
Hola, yo soy médico forense.
Hello, I'm a forensic doctor. Forensic doctors are different from normal medical doctors you find in health centres and hospitals. We belong to the Justice Administration Department. Forensic doctors write expert reports when requested to do so by judges or public prosecutors. And we use the initial injury reports prepared at the health centres to check the injuries mentioned in the report, derive the causal link between the victim's version and what we observe during exploration of the victim. And finally, we establish the presence of physical and psychological after effects derived from the initial injuries. We also write reports on the risk of victims so that urgent precautionary measures can be taken to protect the gender violence victim.
Hola, yo soy psicóloga forense.
Hello, I am a forensic psychologist, and my job consists of evaluating the different situations that the woman suffering gender violence must have gone through. Therefore, it is important that you tell us your entire personal history and not just an anecdote of your gender violence experience. Victims are always interviewed in a court on an individual basis and privately, and the reports are sent directly to the judge. Interviews are not made public, so the people around you won't know anything about them.
Hello, I'm a professional interpreter, and my job is to translate for any person that requires my help. You have a right to be informed as a foreigner, and therefore, if you do not speak or understand Spanish well, or any of the other co-official languages spoken in Spain, such as Galician, Catalan, Basque, etc., then you need the services of a professional interpreter. Courts and police stations provide free interpretation services for you. The other public services also provide free interpretation depending on the autonomous region you reside in. Most public services have a telephone interpretation service to help you initially. Therefore, when you approach any of the public services, do tell them that you need an interpreter and don't forget to specify your language. Even though your friends and relatives can lend a helping hand to communicate in difficult situations, it is always best to get the services of a professional interpreter for the following reasons. A professional interpreter will never make judgments about you because his or her job is to help you communicate, not to express personal opinions. If you need advice, then seek it from a professional person with the help of an interpreter. These professionals know how to help you with your particular case. There may be things you would wish not to talk about with family or friends. You can talk about these things freely and without fear through a professional interpreter, because they are bound by professional secrecy and confidentiality, just like the other professionals who will be attending you. Professional interpreters will only convey what you want them to tell without changing anything. You decide what should be told or not. When talking, look directly at the professionals and not at the interpreter, because he or she is just your voice. If you need to explain issues related to your culture, religion or country to any professional attending you, the interpreter will help you do that. Please remember that you have a right to know what is in a document before you sign it, and you can ask for an interpreter to read it to you in your language. If you think that an interpreter is modifying your statements and not being precise with your communication, you can ask for another interpreter to assist you. It is important that you are at ease with your interpreter spokesperson.
Hi, good morning.
Another possibility is to ring emergency telephone numbers or those provided for attending victims.
If you feel you are in danger, then you should dial 112, the toll-free emergency number.
In case you do not wish to approach a police station, please dial 016, the free number to dial in case of abuse, which cannot be traced on your telephone or telephone invoice.
Remember that the number 016 is operational 24 hours a day and 365 days of the year. You should dial not only when you are a victim, but also when you feel that someone is being subject to gender violence.
If you are a woman and a foreigner and have experienced any of the situations shown in this video, then ask for help. Break your silence. I decided to break my silence one night and I dialed 016. Since then, I have lived a new and happy life with my 4 children. You are not alone because there are many people like myself who are willing to help you. We believe you and will accompany you throughout this process because we speak your language. So speak out for support. You and your children have an opportunity to be happy.
da da da.